So this is a heavy request from our good friend Kendall Giberson. I'd like to apologize to Kathy for not remembering her great success in hockey. I've been doing a lot about hometown heroes across New Brunswick, but for her, she's a hometown hero throughout New Brunswick because of her connection with numerous communities in the Pitcher province. So today we're going to be talking about the legend of Kathy McCormack. Now, she was inducted in the Brunswick Sports Hall of Fame a decade ago, and she was a member of Team Canada's inaugural Olympic squad, the Silver Medal winning team that won second place at the Nagano Olympics in 98. Now, a checking forward, as Kendall likes to call her, she started her career by playing street hockey in her hometown at the age of 8 with her family and her friends. Now, because there were no teams for girls, she competed against boys until joining the female New Brunswick team for the 91 Canada Winter Games. And I can tell you that was a breakthrough decade for female hockey across Canada. Not only did New Brunswick start scholastic divisional play at the national level, the Canada Games teams were just tremendous. Now, in 91, this was the first time women's hockey was played at the Nationals. Now, she was later on teams that finished second and third at the SO Women's Nationals in 95 and 96, and third and first in international tournaments in 97 and 99. Now, her career at University of New Brunswick was just tremendous. She was a second-team All-Canadian for women's hockey at UNB, in the CAAU, and which is now, of course, the CIS. Now, the silver medal situation was rough for Team Canada because they had dominated the World Champions quite some time. But McCormack said in published reports she was pleased to be part of that groundbreaking squad that inspired a lot of female players across Canada. And a quarter century later, we're still looking at women's hockey as being as important as the men's fabric of the game. And a lot of the graduates of the program have gone on to coaching and broadcasting careers, so it was a golden era for women's hockey. Now, the New Brunswick Sports Hall of Fame called her in 2010, and her and Stacey Wilson, being very prominent New Brunswickers on the Olympic program, also drew a lot of interest amongst female coaches and players across New Brunswick. And the key is this, ladies and gentlemen: Kathy and Stacey and some of the other stars of the provincial and national programs who came from New Brunswick paved the way for the great female athletes we see in the sport in 2020. But I do remember a time, ladies and gentlemen, where I was covering women's hockey on a regular basis for the Dalhousie News and the Tribune, and people were criticizing me and saying it wasn't a real sport. Well, ladies and gentlemen, anybody that saw Canada's run to the Olympics in 98 can tell you it's a real sport. And that rivalry against the States, you think the Russians against Team Canada in 72 was rough. It doesn't matter what part of Canada, the States you are. You mentioned women's hockey, and he said, I hate Canada, I hate the States. And Kathy McCormack basically took women's hockey to a level in New Brunswick that we're still benefiting from. And Stacey and the other players, again, she should be thanked. Again, this is a request from Kendall Giberson. Kendall told me she's now a teacher in the Toronto area. So it doesn't matter if she's a teacher or not, because she's teaching people every day through her legacy what it takes to succeed at something you love. And that was for many of us. We all love women's hockey as journalists. And we will continue to support it as long as strong as we can. Thanks for listening. Bye.